I want to say thank you for you guys for being here. I really appreciate you being here. It's great that you're here. We also just want to let you guys know that when people don't show up, we do worry. We want to know where you're at, and we're hoping that everybody's okay. And the reason they didn't show up, it's not because they're not okay, right? So thank you guys for being here.
This program is specifically about trying to identify the students least likely to graduate in 8th grade and trying to get them ultimately to graduate. Some of them are in juvenile hall already. Some of them have been kicked out of their own homes. I mean, there's a whole host of issues, but all of them had something in common, which was they were all failing their classes, at least 2 or more, and they all had received over 30 discipline records in the school year last year.
You should have in front of you a digital storyboard.
In the after-school setting, we feel that the traditional teaching them just math and English and more tutoring isn't really the right intervention.
First of all, what pictures do you see in your story? Pictures of friends, family, pictures of you in the future. So you're going to use the writings that you've been doing to help develop this story. This story is going to be all about you.
The goal is to take this group of students and help them gain the academic skills they will need if they want to make different choices about their life. I think the biggest challenge is being clear about how difficult the work is going to be for them and not letting them slide or say, oh, it's difficult, I know it's difficult, it's okay if you act up.
Why do we want you to think about yourself? Why are you important?
People don't make decisions for you.
That's right. So people don't make decisions for you. So that you begin to own the path that you're headed in. So you begin to take control over where you're going, and then you can spot what are good opportunities and what are not good opportunities. Our group partners are going to check in with us, but first we're going to spend some time on our own.
What project-based learning really creates is, and specifically digital storytelling, it allows students to create their own story using some form of technology to enhance that story.
Okay, you need to write that into a paragraph.
Let's make a line going down the paper, and we're gonna write what things we have done here and how we're gonna change them.
Like, I started gangbanging at the age of 9. You know, I was pretty young, and then, like, if you really got me mad and you were my teacher, I would cuss you out so bad that you would cry, you know? So it's like I made all my teachers cry. It ended up I put hands on the vice principal.
So you got this thing where you don't want to go back home. I mean, you do want to go back home, right? Mm-hmm. But you want to stay away from the vice. So, assuming you went back, how would you do that? How would you be home and then stay away from the violence?
I don't know.
A lot of people go through exactly what you're going through. Like, how do I keep moving, becoming successful? Because the more successful you are, what's going to happen?
The more I'm going to get where I want to go.
Yeah, but also, guess what's going to be behind you? The people that you love sometimes.
Yeah, but like...
It's very important for students to be able to have a voice because they have been marginalized. It doesn't even matter what they say as long as we validate that they spoke. So for me, project-based learning is really the ability of creating a project in which you go really deep into doing something, creating something, and while you're creating that, you learn some valuable, important skills. It's your story. Nobody can help you with this. It's really relighting that fire for wanting to learn. That's somewhere along in their young education that has been extinguished. And by them telling their stories, by them working with us through these projects, they get to relight that fire.
We were just talking last week, and I was getting annoyed, and I just thought it was stupid. Not to be rude and all, but like, how is this gonna help us with school?
And now they're beginning to ask those very important questions that they weren't asking 6 months ago, when they're demanding from us, really, an education. And we find that to be exciting. Everybody here who got bad grades, I just want you to know that when in talking to the teachers, they said, well, the first thing that we need students to be able to do is they need to be able to pay attention in class. If you know how to be organized and complete a project, you know how to end up passing all your classes.
It's not their responsibility that we're not passing our grades because, listen, see, but you don't listen. That's why. You don't listen. You don't listen. We're all here because we're hard-headed, even though you don't want to accept it, right?
I'm thinking of one particular student. Really, I thought to myself, this is going to be hard. And in the few months of just doing our work, engaging her and continuously engaging her, we just heard her start to say, you know what? This is something that's really working.
Out of this whole year, I only been suspended once. I haven't got a referral. I haven't been cussing at my teachers. It's not like right now, what I'm focusing on is how I'm acting around people. Now. In the past, it was just like, all right, F you, it's my life. You can't control me. I'm old enough to take my decisions. But now I know that my decisions affect everybody around me, not only me, but my mom, school, the community. Like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's just like our cougar on front of the school.
Students need to know that you can make a choice. You can let the anger take over, or you can say, okay, I have a choice in this. This is what I want to do.
The good news was I had a couple meetings with teachers and they both said this, that the whole school now seems much calmer. And when I sat down with her to go through the discipline record for you all, she says it has improved a lot. So you all, yes, give a good clap for us, okay? That's very good.
We're in it for the long haul. We're with them for the next 5 years until they graduate high school and get to college. That pathway for these students is going to take multiple paths. It's not going to be the straight and narrow. But at the end of the day, I really believe some of the best teaching happens after school.
Can we talk about your discipline and your grades?